Good morning. A very warm welcome to Thematic Lectures. Today, I would like to do a topic on the syllabus CBSE Grade 11, Chapter number 1, that's dealing with units and dimensions. Okay? So, as we know that every quantities in this universe has units, right? The basic physical quantities, for example, the unit for distance, unit for mass, unit for time. We know that, right? For example, the unit for mass is kilogram. We are measuring that in kilogram, right? And other example is time. Time is measuring in seconds, right? Okay. So in this chapter, units and dimensions, in this chapter, we are going to learn about the importance of units, the definition for unit, and its classification, then the measurement of basic physical quantities. As I mentioned, the basic physical quantities are mass, time, and distance. We are going to get a fair knowledge about measuring these physical quantities, right? So for measuring, we are not using a common instrument, right? It depends upon the situation. If you want to measure the distance to the universe, we are not using a scale, right, or a ruler to measure that. So we have to use appropriate apparatus or instrument to measure such physical quantities. Then, after learning about measuring these physical quantities, we know as we are imperfect, humans are imperfect, right? So our instruments are also imperfect. So measuring this distance or measuring the time or measuring the mass also has error, right? So we are going to deal about the accuracy of measurement, precision, and errors. So how to rectify these errors, how to calculate without error. So these are the things we are going to learn after measuring these physical quantities. Then, after that, finally, we are going to deal with dimensions of physical quantities. So, what is dimension? What is the importance of dimensional analysis in units? And so that's why the name is units and dimensions. Okay, so this is a preview of this chapter. So in this video, I'm not going to cover the entire things of this chapter. I'm only interested to give a fair idea or an introduction to this chapter, that is units and dimensions. Okay, then, so what is a unit? What is unit? And what is its definition? And what is classification? There are different systems of units. What is systems of unit? Because each country or each continent is following a specific measurement system, even though they're measuring the same thing. Suppose measuring the distance or measuring the time or measuring the mass. In some places, it is expressed in pounds. In some places, it's expressed in gram. Some places, it's expressed in kilogram. So it varies, right? So that system is known as system of units. Okay? So we'll learn about that system of units. And we'll do one exercise question that related with this topic. And after that, we'll conglomerate or we will summarize all these contents. Okay? So what is basically a unit? What is the definition of a unit? This is the definition given by this NCERT textbook. Measurement of any physical quantity involves comparison with a certain basic, arbitrarily chosen, internationally accepted reference standard. So that is a definition for unit. Okay. So what are the things we need to highlight in this definition? we need to compare with a certain basic arbitrarily chosen internationally accepted what is that? Internationally accepted reference, right? So we need to compare. The speciality of this unit is it should be comparable. And another thing is that it should be internationally accepted. Say, for example, in India, one system is following. If that system is not following in any other countries, then there is no use. That makes no sense in that measurement, right? So that should be internationally accepted. Then only we will get a unified reach or unified effect for that measurement, right? Okay, so in basic or in what we can say, if you are measuring a physical quantity, especially it has two components. One is that physical quantity is expressed by a number, and another thing is that in that tail we are attaching its unit. I'm, I wrote an example here. What is that? Mass. So how we are expressing mass? Say for example, 5 kilogram mass. I quantified this mass. So 5 kilogram mass, in which 5 represent this number. And how to understand what kind of physical quantities it is based on this unit. So that is a significance of unit. I hope you got it. So 5 kilogram, 5 is a respective number, and kilogram means that shows or that points what kind of quantity is this. So this here, which is mass, right? So that is the content of this physical quantity, a number and a unit. I hope you got it. Now, in this context, we are going to classify, in this context, we are going to classify units into two. We are going to classify units into two. So units falls under two categories. One is fundamental unit and another is derived unit. So I repeat, fundamental unit and derived unit. So fundamental unit means the quantities such as some basic quantities such as mass, length, time. These are known as the fundamental units. I hope you got it. So I write here examples. So examples for fundamental units. So these are the base units. Okay. So these are the base units. So example for this: mass, time, and length. Okay. And what is derived units? The derived units are those units that are derived from these fundamental units. Okay. You might be wondering, sir, how we are deriving a unit using fundamental units. I'll give you an example for that. Okay. So, for example, we know what is force, right? What is force? What is force? Force is, according to Newton's second law, we can say that is equal to mass into acceleration. Force is basically mass into acceleration. So if I would like to write the unit for this force, mass, what is the base unit of mass? One unit is kilogram, right? Kilogram into acceleration. What is acceleration? What is acceleration? What is the unit of acceleration? Acceleration means that is velocity by time, right? Velocity by time. So what is the unit of velocity? That is distance by time. So we can say that meter per second square. Why meter per second square? Because unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So that itself again derived, right? That is itself again derived from the basic quantities. So only we know that only base quantities are present in this force. What is the unit for this force? That is kilogram meter per second square. So this kilogram meter per second square is an example of derived unit. I hope you got it. This is an example for derived units. I hope you got it. This is an example for derived units. So what we learned? So we learned about the classification of units, right? So classification of unit means units being is classified into two categories. One is fundamental unit and next is derived units. And this togetherly called, this fundamental unit and derived units togetherly called the system of units. Why it is called system of units? These fundamental units and derived units are, we can use, or this pattern is following in different way in different countries. So that's why it is called system of units. So why is system of units? Say for example, a pattern or a, what we can say, the unit for a particular physical quantity in one country is expressed in another way. For example, mass in India, that is expressed in kilogram, commonly expressed in kilogram. But in any foreign countries like UK, they are following pounds or ounce. Okay, that is different kinds of units following for mass. Okay, that is known as system of units. I hope you got it. Now, system of units basically classified into 4 categories. System of units basically classified into 4 categories, in which the first 3 categories are: one is MKS system, one is FPS system, and one is CGS system. So what is basically MKS system? MKS means the base quantities are expressed in, so base quantities, M means meter, K means kilogram, S means time. So this basic quantities, the basic physical quantities for length, for mass and time is expressed as meter, kilogram, and second. That system is known as MK system. And what is FPS system? Those system in which the unit expressed for mass is pound, the unit expressed for length is feet, and the unit expressed for time is second. So that is known as FPS. That is foot pound system. And similarly, what is CGS system? C stands for centimeter, G stands for gram, and S stands for second. So centimeter gram system, that is known as CGS. I hope you got it. So that is CGS system. Clear? Okay. So that is about the first 3 definitions of system of units. First 3 units, system of units. And the fourth one, that is known as SI units. Fourth one is known as SI units. So what is SI units? The system of, why SI units? Because, in different countries, different method or different systems of measuring units are being followed. So for getting a unified approach, for getting a unified action, a new system is being introduced, and that system is known as SI unit. So what is SI unit? System International. So what is System International? System of units, which is at present internationally accepted for measurement. So presently, widely using measurement system is SI unit. MKA systems are the source systems that used in 1800s. And in some places, still FPS system are following. FPS system and CGS system are following. Okay, so but the widely used system is SI unit for the research purpose and for the measurement purpose. Widely used system is SI unit system. Now, so what are the base units of, or what are the different classifications under SI system? As we know that, what are the basic physical quantities? We know mass, length, and time. So these are the only 3 physical quantities that is being expressed under MKS system, CGS system, and in FPS, MKS, and CGS. Clear? But in System International or in SI system, there are basically 7 fundamental units. There are basically 7 fundamental units. I repeat, 7 fundamental units and 2 supplementary units. What are they? One is length. So what is the unit for length? Unit for length is meter. Okay, unit for length, this is the unit. Okay, so this is basically the unit. So the unit for length is meter, and unit for mass, kilogram, and unit for time, second. That is the unit for time. Now, I will see, for example, how this thing length 1 meter, how this 1 meter is defined. For example, okay, you might be wondering, so what is 1 meter or 1 kilogram, 1 second? So I'll give you one clue or how they are calculating 1 meter. We know the speed of light, right? Approximately 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So 1 meter length is defined as, I repeat, 1 meter is defined as the distance traveled by the light in 1 divided by 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second speed. Okay, so that's how they're defining the 1 meter unit. Similarly, we will find, if you're doing some research on it, you'll find some interesting fact how they're defining kilogram in second, etc. Okay, anyway, we defined 3 basic units, right? Now, what is next unit or basic fundamental unit? Next basic fundamental unit in SI system, and that is electric current. You will get a fair knowledge in, grade 12, because you will define 1 ampere current exactly. What is 1 ampere current? So unit for electric current is ampere, and the unit for thermodynamic temperature, that is not degree Celsius. The temperature commonly making mistake, or commonly students are thinking that the temperature commonly adopted as a unit is degree Celsius. No, the thermodynamic temperature is Kelvin. So what is the difference between temperature and heat? Is temperature and heat are same? No, right? The effect of temperature, right? So how, that means if the heat of the body is very high, then we can say that temperature is high. If it is less, temperature is low. Got it? So temperature and heat are mutually dependent, but they are not exactly equal. Okay. Then another thing is amount of substance. So you might be heard about this substance, term, that is mole in chemistry, amount of substance. If you are measuring the amount of substance for any element, we are expressing it in mole. That is having a lot of application in chemistry, also in physics as well. Okay, so next is luminous intensity. So what is luminous intensity? Luminous intensity means the unit is candela. Luminous intensity unit is candela. That is a term that is related with the light, the intensity of light or power of light, that is expressed as luminous intensity. So unit is candela. So next is plane angle. So these plane angle and solid angle are the 2 additional angles, additional units attached with this base units. So these 2 units are known as supplementary angles. Supplementary units. Supplementary units. Okay, supplementary units. So plane angle means, see, in grade 10, you made some constructions, right, using protractor or something like that. So the angle that constructed by the protractor is plane angle. So what is a radian? What is a unit? That is not degree, that is radian. Okay, so there is a relationship between radian and degree. Okay, so pi radian. So what is radian? Unit of plane angle. Okay, so pi radian is basically 180 degree. Okay, so there is a conversion formula. Pi radian is 180 degree. So that is about plane angle. And what is solid angle? The unit of solid angle. So what is the difference between plane angle and solid angle? Solid angle means the angle made in the 3 dimension. You just imagine a square pyramid. The angle made inside the apex, that is exactly an example of what? Solid angle. The unit is steradian. So this is a figure that is connecting or showing the plane angle. Okay, then this is the lie down square pyramid, right? So the angle is made inside this apex. So that is solid angle. What is the unit for that? That is steradian. I hope you got it. So that is known as steradian. Okay. So what all things we learned basically? We learned about different type of units, how it is classified, what are the different type of what we can say system of units. The common employed system is SI unit. So based on this, we are going to do one or two questions that is related with the NCERT textbook exercise. Okay. So first question is what? The volume of the cube 1 centimeter is equal to. So volume of cube of 1 centimeter is equal to. So what is 1 centimeter? We know SI unit is meter, right? So we know that 1 centimeter is 10 to the power of minus 2 meter, because 100 centimeter is basically 1 meter. So if you are rearranging, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. So what is a cube? What is the volume of a cube? That is a cube, length into length into length. That is 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. That's going to be 10 to the power of minus 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. That is going to be 10 to the power of minus 6 meter cube. So volume of cube of side 1 centimeter is exactly equal to 10 to the power of minus 6 meter cube. So you try to do question B, question C, and question D. So in my next lecture, I will review this exercise. Okay, I will review this exercise. Okay, so we did one question. Okay, so these are the questions we will review in the next class. Okay, in episode number 2. And what all things we learned? We learned about unit and its significance. So we know the speciality of unit, right? What is the speciality of unit? It should be universally accepted. It should be comparable, right? And its significance and its classification. What's classification? It's derived into fundamental units and derived units, and togetherly called a system of units, right? And system of units are of different categories, 4 types basically: FPS, MKS, CGS, right? And commonly now internationally accepted unit system of unit is SI system. And we learned about its fundamental units, SI system, 7 base units and 2 supplementary units, right? Okay, so that's all about today's lecture. It's covering episode number 1 regarding unit and dimension. So please do subscribe my videos, subscribe my channel, share my videos, so you will get the further updates regarding this next episodes. Okay, so please share, and valuable comments, please share your valuable comments about my class. And apart from that, if you have any doubt regarding this topic, please drop your comments in my comment box below this video. Apart from that, you can mail me at any time, as far as possible, or at in the very next time I will update you your queries. Thank you. So have a nice day. So see you. Bye bye.